Every time you say yes when deep down you wanted to say no, something small but irreversible happens inside the dynamic between you and the other person. After decades of navigating careers, marriages, friendships, family obligations, and social expectations, many of us look back and realize that the moments we regret most aren't the times we were too harsh, they're the times we were too accommodating. We've said yes to extra work that burned us out, yes to favors that drained our time, yes to invitations that left us resentful, all because saying no felt uncomfortable, rude, or simply easier in the moment. But here's the quiet truth that experience eventually teaches. Real power isn't revealed in how eagerly you agree, it's revealed in how firmly you refuse. The ability to say no cleanly, without apology or explanation, is one of the most liberating skills a person can master later in life. Today we're going to explore why refusal is the true measure of strength, why most of us do it wrong, and how to do it right, so that your boundaries become respected rather than constantly tested. Most people say no in ways that actually weaken their position rather than strengthen it. They soften the refusal with apologies, "I'm so sorry, but I can't make it." They over-explain, "I would love to help, but I've got this commitment." And then there's that other thing, and honestly, the timing is just terrible because they add qualifiers that leave wiggle room, maybe next time, or if things change perhaps. Each of these habits hands the other person a foothold to push back. Apology signals guilt or deference. Over-explanation invites negotiation, counter-arguments, or even sympathy plays. Qualifiers keep the door cracked open just enough for persistence. What was intended as a firm boundary becomes an invitation to keep trying. After years of watching this pattern repeat in boardrooms, family conversations, friendships, and everyday requests, we come to see that every unnecessary word after no dilutes its power and erodes your leverage. From a psychological standpoint, the human brain interprets boundaries very differently depending on how they're presented. A firm, unapologetic no registers as high confidence and self-assurance. The other person's nervous system reads it as, "This person knows their worth, their time has real value, their energy is protected." A hesitant, softened no registers as insecurity or lower status. The brain files it under. This person can be moved with enough pressure, guilt, or persistence. This isn't a conscious, reasoned judgment. It's instinctive. We've evolved to respect those who protect their resources and to probe those who signal they won't. When you deliver a clean refusal, you trigger respect. When you hedge or apologize, you trigger opportunism. The difference shows up immediately in how people respond. Powerful people rarely justify their no, because justification is the language of insecurity. True authority simply assumes its own legitimacy. When someone at the top of any hierarchy says no, they don't feel compelled to explain why. They state it and move forward. Offering reasons would imply that their decision needs external validation, which undermines the very authority they carry. Think of the leaders, mentors, or wise elders you've admired over the decades. Their refusals were brief, final, delivered without drama or elaboration. They didn't need to make you understand or agree. That lack of neediness is precisely what made their no feel absolute and unquestionable. There's an important distinction here between rejection and control. A calm no isn't about rejecting the other person as a human being. It's about controlling your own life and resources. Rejection attacks, control protects. When you say no with composure, you're not pushing anyone away, you're simply refusing to be pulled in. The tone remains neutral, the energy stays steady, and the message is unmistakable. This is my decision, and it's final. Aggression creates resistance and defensiveness. Calm finality creates acceptance and adjustment. Over time, people learn that your no isn't personal, it's principled, and they begin to respect it accordingly. Saying yes too often carries a heavy status cost. When you're always available, always willing, always the one who steps up, your time and energy lose scarcity. Basic principles of value apply here. Abundance lowers perceived worth. The person who is rarely available, who says no without hesitation when it doesn't serve them, becomes more valuable in others' eyes. People start to appreciate the times you do say yes because they know it's deliberate, not habitual. Constant availability breeds entitlement. Selective availability breeds respect. This is a lesson many of us learn the hard way, after years of being the reliable one who gets overloaded while others coast along. The body language of a strong no is every bit as important as the words themselves. Stand or sit with relaxed yet upright posture, shoulders back, spine straight but not tense or rigid. Maintain steady, calm eye contact without staring aggressively. Deliver the refusal in an even, unhurried tone. Allow a brief pause afterwards so the word can land fully and sink in. Avoid fidgeting, looking away, or softening your expression into a nervous smile. Stillness amplifies the weight of the refusal. Your physical presence should match the verbal boundary, solid, unmovable, at ease with itself. After observing countless interactions over the years, you've likely noticed that the most respected refusals come from those whose bodies say no as clearly and quietly as their words do. Tone matters more than the exact phrasing chosen. A cold, clipped no can come across as hostile or dismissive. A warm, apologetic no undermines its own authority. The ideal delivery is calm neutrality. Quiet, matter of fact, without emotional charge in either direction. Think of it as the tone you use to state a simple, undisputed fact. The meeting is at 3, the sky is blue, I won't be attending. Neutrality removes the emotional hook that others could latch onto for guilt-tripping, negotiation, or escalation. It's the delivery that turns a single word into an unbreakable wall. One practical framework to rely on is the cold no. Short, clean, non-negotiable. Simple examples include, "No thank you, I won't be able to. That's not possible for me, I'm not available." No explanation follows. No softening phrase precedes it. The sentence ends where the refusal ends. Practice this in low-stakes moments until it feels as natural as breathing. The cold no isn't rude. It's respectful of both parties. It gives the other person clarity and dignity instead of false hope or a drawn-out negotiation that wastes everyone's time. Sometimes the strongest no requires no words at all. Silence can serve as the most powerful boundary. When a request arrives via message, or when someone makes an unreasonable ask in passing conversation, simply not responding can be the clearest refusal. Silence communicates this doesn't even merit acknowledgement. It denies the asker the satisfaction of pulling you into their frame or forcing you to engage. Used selectively and deliberately, non-response becomes a hallmark of high status. You've probably seen this work in people who command respect without ever having to verbalize rejection. They simply let unworthy requests die quietly in the void. When you deliver a strong no, people's reactions vary widely, and each one reveals something valuable about them. Some will test further push, question, negotiate. This signals they are accustomed to getting their way and don't like boundaries. Some will apply pressure through emotional appeals or guilt. This reveals habitual manipulation. Some will immediately respect the boundary and move on. This shows maturity or genuine regard for your autonomy. Observing these reactions over time teaches you who truly values your self-respect and who sees you primarily as a resource to be managed. Each response is information you can use to navigate future interactions more wisely. Knowing when to repeat yourself is crucial. If your first no is clean and firm, repeating it often weakens the message. Repetition suggests doubt, openness to persuasion, or a willingness to debate. The better rule is, say it once, clearly, then stop. If they persist, either disengage entirely or restate the same. No with the exact same calm tone, no escalation, no new explanations, no added emotion. Consistency without redundancy reinforces the boundary like tempered steel. Certain situations make a strong no, especially defining of your position. In the workplace, refusing extra tasks without justification protects your bandwidth and signals professional boundaries. In close relationships, saying no to demands that violate your values preserves mutual respect. In negotiations, a firm refusal shifts leverage back toward you. In social dynamics, declining invitations that don't serve you communicates selectivity and self-worth. These are the pivotal moments where your no shapes how seriously people take you from that point forward. The long-term effect of consistent, clean refusals is quietly transformative. When people learn that your no is final, no drama, no negotiation, no lingering resentment, they gradually stop testing as often. They begin to treat your time, energy, and decisions with deference. Your reputation shifts from always available to selective and valuable. Relationships become healthier because expectations align with reality rather than wishful thinking. Opportunities improve because people bring better offers, knowing you won't accept mediocrity. Over the years, these boundaries build a life with less resentment, less exhaustion, and far more genuine respect. Here is the final rule worth carrying with you. A strong no creates freedom. Every clean refusal you make today prevents countless future problems, obligations, and drains on your energy. It frees your time, protects your peace, and preserves your capacity for the things that truly matter. Saying no once, done properly, can save you from having to say yes 100 times out of guilt, habit, or fear. After all the years you've lived, all the compromises you've made, all the lessons you've earned, you have the right to protect what remains. Let your next no be calm, clear, and final. It isn't rejection, it's self-respect in action. And in the quiet space that follows, you'll find the freedom you've always deserved.